Hi, it's your favourite Yorkshire demo here. This is Suzanne from Hullahbaloo.com. I hope you are well. Today's project is this one. Now this is a gorgeous little pouch that's held together with these cute little clever clasps that are from the new mini catalogue for January to June. It's made from the Hydrangea Designer Series paper and features a majority of the suite. So it's got the ribbon, the dies, these gorgeous little pearls and the stamp set. So I'll crack on and show you how I made it. So you will need a sheet of Designer Series paper that measures 9.5 by 6 3/4. I've chosen this one. On the back it's got gorgeous Rococo rose flowers, but I've gone with the stripes. So I'm going to grab my scoreboard. I'm going to make a big loud noise whilst grabbing it. There we go. Okay, so on the longer side first, I'm going to grab my stylus and we're going to score this at 1.5, at 4.5, at 6 and at 9, and then turn it onto the shorter side and score at 1.5. That's all the scoring that we need to do for this project. So grabbing our bone folder, we're going to gently fold and burnish all these lines. You don't need to be as forceful when you burnish paper, because of course it doesn't quite need as much persuasion as card to fold and take the lines that you've made. And then bam. I've probably not picked the best design for you to see these lines on camera. So you can see them on the pink side. Can we see them on? Oh, actually, we can see them on that side. Worrying over nothing. Okay, so you've got this thin strip here on the right hand side that's going to turn into our adhesive flap. And then we've got a wide rectangle, a thin one, a wider one and a thinner one. So at the bottom here, where this bends, we've got squares involved. So we need to work with the squares and this thin strip. We need to cut up this thin strip to the first score line, which is there for me. Slightly miter that in, miter the very, very top of the strip here. And then that's your glue tab done. Then at the bottom, up the side of the squares on both sides, like so. And then I'm ever going to so slightly going to wedge into them just so that they don't stop the box from, I say box, it's more a bag, so they don't stop it from getting that nice closure. And this one as well. So as you can see, off of the square there, I've taken the smallest bit. Okay, so let's get some adhesive on here. So I'm going to use tear and tape this time. We're going to just pop it in my hand. I like to pop it on the hand there and then run it across because I find it easier. Run that along, and then, as the name suggests, you can just tear the end off. Then I can never take this off because my nails are very sharp, so I use my piercing tool, fold that over, fold the other side in, and they should meet nicely. And the great thing about this paper is because of the stripes, we can check that it meets up. So sides in, back in, and then we need some more tear and tape along what is going to be the front flap. Yep, put it the right way. There we go. So we'll run a strip along there. And then I'm just going to put one more bit on this bottom so it's reinforced for if we put anything inside that might need just a bit of extra support. Suites can be quite heavy dependent on what you choose. If you chose something that has a little bit more weight, maybe perfume bottle or something, that would need the extra support too. So there we go. That's the basis of our box, all done. So I'm going to get this closed. We're going to do the clever clasp is what they're called. I've got my embellishments tub here, and these are my clasps. So as you can see, you get, is it 20 in a tub? Yes, 20 in a tub. They're gold and silver. I'm going to use a silver one for this. So I'll pop one of those out and get these away. Like so. And then all I'm going to do is on the sides here, I'm just going to gently push them in and make my corners meet. Like so. And then I'm just going to press down the sides to give the bag its shape. There we go, and then the clasp on the top will help keep that held. There we go. Gorgeous already. And then on this one I popped a ribbon. This ribbon is one of my favourite. I'm just going to bring it up close so I can show you. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. If you're a purple fan like I am, this is right up your street. So this is the Gorgeous Grape sheer ribbon. It's part of the Hydrangea Suite. It is absolutely amazing to tie into bows. Look at that. I love it. I've ordered some more already just because it's gorgeous. I'm going to go for a bit of a longer bow on this one, I think. Like so. Trim that off as I have frayed the edge. I'll trim this side off too. Ooh, there we go. I didn't do that rather well, did I? There we go. Pop all that out of the way. Pop a glue dot on the back of this. There we go. And then I'm just using the top part of this clasp here, and that's where I'm placing the glue dot so that it gets something to stick to. And then there we go. I think I actually like the larger bow. Okay, so now we need to just decorate the front. So the stamp set is this one, Hydrangea Haven. So this is a 22-piece stamp set. It's photopolymer, so that means you can see through it as you're stamping. The images on the front are at only 75%, so they're actually larger than that. So if I get one out, for example, so we'll get the star of the show here, the large hydrangea flower. So if I pull that out and compare it to the front to show you, it is far bigger than the image would show you on the front. But the stamp I'm going for today is this one here. It says, "You make me smile." So, piece of Whisper White, sorry, Basic White. I'm still not used to calling it by the newer name. And then, will that block? No, that block's not big enough. So we'll get this one. There we go. So this is what blocks this. This is a D block, and I'm going to grab my matching Gorgeous Grape ink. And then pop that up there a minute, and these out of the way. Bring this down. I'm using my grid paper to just make sure the paper's straight. And then when I stamp, it doesn't go crooked. And I've stamped it so that there's a bit of white space around it, so that even when I trim and get an even white space, there's place for us to pop the little die cut flowers that we're going to add. So then I'm just eyeballing this just to get that cut. You can of course measure this, make it that bit more accurate. And then I'm going to pop some die. Do I want to do this first? I'll do it after. Pop the dimensionals on now. We'll see if I live to regret regret that decision when it comes to popping the die flowers on. So I'll get the backings off. And then I'm going to bring in what I think is the baby die cuts, first time on screen. So there we are so far. Let's get some of these flowers done, shall we? So I have got my mini cutting emboss, which as you can see is a lovely size, perfect for filming these kinds of things. Turn it round, get the handle on the right side, shall we? I'm going to put it on a bit of an angle because it makes it easier. Okay, so I've got a piece of Gorgeous Grape cardstock where you can see I've already been die cutting. And I'm going to grab the dies for these, which I've left on my shelf. So let's get these out. See if I can find them straight away, shall we? But the one beauty of these dies is that the little flowers that I've just shown you all get cut out in one go. So I'll show you the die now that I've found them. So these are the Hydrangea dies, and as you can see they're a gorgeous set of dies. Let's just pop that there a minute. So you get the hydrangea head itself, and I've got a card that I did a Simple Sunday, which I think is last week's card, perhaps the week before, where this die featured on there. And each of these little flowers, see if I can bring it up with all my lights going against us, it cuts them enough that they pop out but don't fall off, if that makes sense. So you can have the flowers raised from the piece of card. And then of course you've got your silhouettes, but it's this die here that I'm working with today. And as you can see, this one die cuts, is it 9? 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, cuts out 9 little flowers in one pass through the machine. So we'll get this ready. So I've got a plate number 1, and I've got my first cutting plate. Pop this on here, and the beauty about this is I don't need all 9, so if it doesn't quite fit, we're okay. And second cutting plate. Now here's a tip: put your first cutting plate, stagger it ever so slightly forward of the bottom cutting plate when you put it in the machine. The machine then grabs it easier and pulls it through. So let's get that through. There we go. Pop that out of the way. And look how versatile it is. Look how quick and easy that was to pop away. Okay, so get our plates off. Pop them through. Pop my die away. There we go. So there we go, look. All 9 already. We'll just get them off there. There we go. Okay, so what we want to do with these is there is, and I'm not quite sure if you can see it here up close, but there is an embossed side to the flower, so make sure you get them the right way up. And I'm going to use 4, I think. Go 4. I'll pop them to the side in case I decide to go with them. And I'm bringing out my pastel pearls when I can open my box. There we go. So pastel pearls, how cute are these? So 4 colours: Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, Rococo Rose, Seaside Spray. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm just going to get my take your pick and pop one of each colour into the middle of these 4. And I'm just self-adhesive them on like that. They're all adhesive backed like other pearls we have in our catalogue. Utterly gorgeous. There we go. And then all I do before I put them on a glue dot is I just push these little petals up and around that pearl to get a bit of dimension. So up, and then the other 2 up. As you can see, they're just raising up so that when we pop them on the bag, we get a bit of dimension in there. So up close, push them up, and then the other 2 push them up. And then there we go. And then it's as easy as popping them onto glue dots, like so. One of each. Trying to make sure your pearl covers the glue dot. Didn't do so well with that one. And then bring our project in. Again, piercing tool, just get it under the glue dot and pop them on. So I'll have one there, and we'll do 3 up here. Oop, that one's trying to escape. And another one trying to escape on me. Oop. There we go. And how cute are they? And you could get another bag out of the remaining die cuts that I've got left up here. And that's 2 bags out of the 1 pass of the die cut. So there you go. How gorgeous are they? Which do you prefer? This one's got subtle flowers on the paper. Or do you prefer the stripes? I'm really not sure. I'm a massive purple fan, so I like both. So if you have liked these projects, please subscribe to my YouTube and hit that bell notification, which is just below this video here. I post content onto YouTube twice a week, plus a Facebook live replay gets uploaded. You can head on over to my blog at hullahbaloo.com, in which you'll find content like this with all the measurements, products I've used, and handy little hints and tips about what I've put my projects together. Or you can find me on Facebook and Instagram, again with the same hints and tips, pictures of everything, promotions that are currently coming up in Stampin' Up. Or if you want to take the dive and join my Stampin' Up team, it is the best deal in the catalogue by far. For £99 you will get £130 worth of product, which at the moment also gets you 5 packs of designer series paper. So I can show you one sheet of that paper, which is here on my table. This has been cut down slightly, but this is one of 200 sheets of paper that you could get during the promotion between January the 5th and February the 28th. If you're not 100% sure and just want to run things by me, please contact me on any of the aforementioned social media and I'll be more than happy to help. If you just want a catalogue to order products, again, contact me on my Facebook and I'll be happy to drop you a complimentary one out in the post. So until next time, thank you for watching and I hope to speak to you soon. Bye bye.